in Sanskritam, these are some common greetings. Yeah. Harihi Om. We can use any time of the day. Suprabhatam. We use early morning. No? Sometimes I do this in the WhatsApp, early morning. Suprabhatam. And Namaste, Namaskaraha. Shubharatri, of course, at night. Dhanyavadaha is to thank somebody. Swagatam or Suswagatam is a hearty welcome. Then Mama Nama Adityaha. Aditya is here today. So my name is Aditya. Mama Nama Shweta is for girls. No? Mama Nama remains the same, but notice the endings. You know, the girls' names will be mostly long A or E, mostly. Yeah, and like Adityaha, Ramaha, Nishantaha. No, all these are ending with the double dots. No, that is the ha sound. Adityaha. Then aham chhatraha. Boys will say that I am a boy student. Yeah, chhatra is a girl. Shikshakaha is a teacher or instructor in any subject. Samskrita Shikshakaha, no. Bhugola Shikshakaha. Shikshika is a lady teacher. Yeah. Now, maybe one or two of you can introduce yourself in simple Sanskritam. Who is going to do this?
Can I do introduction?
Can I?
How about Saket Rama?
Ma'am, this is ma'am. I'm Jainandan. Can I?
Yes, we'll continue.
Hari Om Mama Nama Saket.
Yeah. You can say
Aham Chhatra.
Aham Chhatraha.
Harihi Om.
Aham Chhatraha.
Ah, very good. Mama Nama, what did you say?
Mama Nama Saket Ram.
Saketa Ramaha. No, put the double dots at the end.
Saket Ramaha.
Ah, very good. And how will you say thank you?
Dhanyavadaha.
Very good. Yeah. So I will say Dhanyavadaha to you now. Dhanyavadaha Saketa Rama. Now we will go to Jainandan next.
Harihi Om. Mama Nama Jainandanaha. Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha.
And are you a student?
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you say that? Aham.
Aham chatraha.
Very good. Uttamam. Uttamam. Aham Chhatraha. Okay. How about Aditya? Can you introduce yourself?
Hari Om. Mama Nama Aditya. Aham Chhatraha.
You have to say Mama Nama Adityaha. Okay.
Adityaha. Aham Chhatraha. Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha.
Good. We'll take one more. Anvita can introduce.
Harihi Om. Mama Nama Anvita.
Dhanyavadaha. Uttamam.
Dhanyavadaha.
Excellent. Are you a student, Anvita?
Yes.
Yeah. So you will say Aham Chhatra.
Aham Chhatra.
Oh, very nice. Huh? Thank you. Now, remember in the last session, we said everybody can now explain, the significance of your name. See, all the parents would have taken so much care, to give us a name, and our name, we will not be using it as much as others, right? So what is the meaning and the beauty and the root significance of our name? We will start. We'll start with Khushi.
Yes, Amma. Khushi means happiness. Always smile.
And who your parents gave you the name, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you have any other name besides Khushi? No. Okay. Dhanyavadaha. Okay. Saket Rama.
Dhanyavadaha, Amma.
My name means Ram lives in a place in Delhi called Saket, so it's Saket Rama.
Okay, very nice. So, are you also called by some shortcut? Just Rama?
Yeah, my short name is like Saket. Everybody calls me Saket, but my name is Saket Rama.
Saket Ram. Okay, good. How about Mayura?
My name is Mayura. It means peacock.
Yes.
Hmm.
Can I tell now?
Now, 1 minute. See, Mayuraha in Sanskritam is a male peacock, right? So now, you are a lady, no? So we'll call you Mayura, no? Long A. So that
Okay.
makes it very beautiful, Peacock.
Yeah, Mayura.
Yeah, Mayura. Geeta, very important name you have.
My name signifies the Bhagavad Gita, which is said by Lord Sri Krishna himself to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Excellent. Yeah. See, Gita also means song, so we say the song of the Lord. So song is also the Upadesha or the dialogue. Very nice. Okay, Jayanandana.
Yes, ma'am. I asked my mother, but she told that your name is different, unique, but I don't know your meaning.
She doesn't know the meaning. Then how did she give you the name?
She gave me the name by the help of she hears that in national anthem also the ending line will have Jaya Jaya.
Okay. Huh? Okay, your name is Jayanandana, right? Jayanandan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll come to that in the end. Thank you. And Anvita.
Yes.
What is the meaning of your name? Do you know?
Yes.
Anvita means one who has good qualities, no? A good person, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
But I'm not able to pronounce it. Forgot the
Okay.
name, but I know.
Samanvita.
Samanvita.
Samanvita. Very nice. Thank you, Samanvita. Okay, then we have Triveni. Triveni, what is your name?
It is divided into two parts. 3 means number 3 and Veni means river. 3 rivers. That's it.
So Triveni together means 3 rivers. The joining, no? Triveni is the confluence of 3 rivers.
Triveni Sangamam means 3 rivers near the place.
I think the 3 rivers are Saraswati, Ganga, and Yamuna.
Yeah, 3 rivers are Ganga, Yamuna,
Yes, sir.
Saraswati. What a beautiful name, no? In the north, there is a place, Triveni, where you can see the rivers coming in 3 different colors, Of course, Saraswati is dry now. It's an underground. It flows only underground. Yeah. But many places
Yes,
you find 3 tributaries, of Ganga. We can see that. Thank you. Okay, who's left out now?
Thank you, Mother.
Mommy.
Aditya. Yes. Where is
Ma'am.
Aditya?
Ma'am, I also. Ma'am, I also.
Yeah.
Ma'am, Sally also.
I'll come to everybody. Aditya.
Ma'am, my name means the sun, ma'am.
Yeah, yours, very important name. Aditya is one of the names of the.
And actually, it also has a second meaning, ma'am.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of the 12 Adityas, ma'am?
Yes. And so
I am also there.
Yeah, see, the 12 Adityas, are the phases of the sun, the manifestation of sun. So that is why we have 12 months in a year.
Yes,
You know?
ma'am.
And Sankranti, we are celebrating the sun that is going northwards, that the direction changes, Uttarayanam will begin. So there are names, 12 names for the 12 months in a year, and hence there are 12 Adityas. But if you just take Aditya, it means the sun. Yeah, what a beautiful name. Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I want to ask a question.
1 minute. We will finish the round of names first.
Tell my meaning of the name.
Sohita and Hasini next.
Yes, Amma.
My name is Hasini. Hasini meaning is smiling forever.
Good, like Khushi. Hasini is the one who not only smiles but makes others also smile.
Ma'am, my mother is also meaning of good smiles. Su means good and Hasini means smiles.
Yeah. Okay. Sohita next.
Ma'am, my name is Sohita and it means a well-wisher.
Wow, nice. Yeah, because hitam means benefits, welfare. And Sohita is adding to that, right?
Yes.
Wow. Very nice. Huh? Okay, Sai, you can go next.
Ma'am, my meaning is turning darkness to light.
Yeah, Sai, your real name is Nishantaha, na? Nishantaha. Turning darkness to light. Okay. Yeah. See, 1 minute, please let me explain. See, Nisha means night, darkness. Yeah. So Nisha's Antaha, the end of darkness. No, what a beautiful name too. Thank you. Virat next.
It is me, ma'am. Vedant.
Amma,
Virat means Veda.
no, ma'am. My name means a cosmic person.
Yes. Virat. If those who studied Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will show the Virat form. He just expands infinitely, Krishna, and he shows Arjuna. So in that you can see everything, past, present, future, the 14 lokas, everything. So that is the Virat Swarupa. No? Also another very important name. Now we come to Vedant. Vedant, where are you?
Ma'am, the meaning
Yes.
of my name is the knowing of the Vedas. Now, there are 4 Vedas in total, but I know only 2 of them.
Yeah, and your name means the end of the Vedas, you said?
No, ma'am. The knowing, the learning of the Vedas.
Yes, excellent. Knowledge of the Vedas, correct. Okay, and who is Sai Rudransh Reddy?
My name is meaning is Lord Shiva.
Yeah, excellent. Rudra, very important.
Just ఇంకా ఏం స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి మీనింగ్ అంతే.
Now we go from Lord Shiva to Vishnu, Sudarshan.
Yes. So Su means good and Darshan means appearance. So it means good appearance, and it also means Vishnu has one of his weapons as the Sudarshan Chakra. So yeah.
Yeah. Sudarshana Chakra also symbolizes time, it's constantly moving, time. And if you see the Chakra of Vishnu, will also be moving round and round and round. Yeah, excellent name. Aditri?
Ma'am, my name means God Lakshmi.
Okay. I didn't know that. Very nice. Aditri? Thank you. Vishruta?
Darkness turns to brightness. అంతే.
Okay, Vishruta?
My name is Vishruta. The meaning of this word is celebrated one who is sung
all over the world,
Okay.
sung all over the world. This word is used in Vishnu Sahasranamam, described by as Vishnu as Vishnu Tatma. Dhanyavadah.
Yeah, very good. Yes, Vishruta. No, very good. Okay, have I left out anybody? I think we covered everybody, no? Okay.
I did not get a chance.
Yashika, yes, yes.
My name meaning is successful.
Successful. Okay. Is it Yashika or Yashika?
Yashika, ma'am.
Yashika. Yeah. So Yash means fame. So Yashika is successful, famous, you know. Yeah, that's a very beautiful name. I had never heard of this name before. Yashika. Okay, great. So Lakshmi Garu, what is the significance of your name?
Lakshmi is the goddess Mahalakshmi's name. Actually,
Yeah.
my name is Sama Setu Lakshmi. Setu Lakshmi is that where Rama built a bridge, Setu.
Okay.
And when they came back, they did puja and all that. So then Sita was named as Setu Lakshmi. So whosoever is born in that place, Rameshwaram or Dhanishkodi, they add that Setu name, whether a boy is Setu Raman or Setu Madhavan and girl is Setu Lakshmi. So I was born in Dhanishkodi, so my name is Setu Lakshmi.
Oh, wow. What a place, you know. The tip of India, no? To be born there. Very nice. Thank you, everybody. Now we will continue to the next part.
Ma'am, can I ask my question?
Yes. Who is this?
Vishruta.
Yeah, Vishruta.
Ma'am, my question is, why does Tamil Nadu only pray to the sun but not the moon?
Oh, I didn't know Tamil Nadu don't pray to the moon. That is news to me. Who told you that?
Ma'am, we celebrate Pongal to pray to Lord Sun, but I've never heard any festival which we used to pray to the moon.
Yeah, but you know, you see, centered on the moon, we have so many festivals. Guru Purnima. Now, Friday we have Kartika Purnima. Those are centered on the moon, full moon. No? Then Sankataharana Chaturthi, we have on the 4th day of the, you know, the waxing and waning phases of the moon are celebrated and connected with many deities, Ganesha, you know, or the Guru, no? So I would say that, you know, the sun and the moon are the two eyes of Virat, you know, this cosmic being, and they're celebrated by all. Okay, but nice question. Thank you, Ashwita. Okay, anybody's birthday today?
My birthday is in 4 days, ma'am, not today.
Okay.
Ma'am, tomorrow is my father's birthday.
Whose?
Ma'am, my father's.
Sai. Okay. What is his name?
Ma'am, Chandrasekhar, ma'am.
Chandrasekhar. Okay. So Sai, you want to sing the song? Practice it?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
ahead and sing it once.
Janmadhinamidham. Hi Priya Sake. Janmadhinamidham. Hi Priya Sake. Shantanotu te sarvada mudam. Shantanotu te sarvada mudam. Prarthayamahe Bhavashatayushi. Prarthayamahe Bhavashatayushi. Ishwarah sada tvam cha rakshatu. Ishwarah sada tvam cha rakshatu. Punya karmana kirtimarjaya. Punya karmana kirtimarjaya. Jivanam tava bhavatu sarthakam. Jivanam tava bhavatu sarthakam.
Excellent. Your father will be so happy to hear this.
Yes, ma'am. I only told that.
Amma, can
my
we also try?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sai. And when you wish your father, please include all our wishes for him. Okay.
Ma'am, this I only told that I wanted to say this to my father in his birthday.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, yes, Sohita, go ahead. You can also give one try.
Yes, ma. Yes, amma. Janmadinamidam I priya sakhe. Janmadinamidam I priya sakhe. Shantanautu te sarvada mudam. Shantanautu te sarvada mudam. Prarthayamahe भवशतायुषी प्रार्थयामहे भवशतायुषी ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जया पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्जया जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम् जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम् भवतु सार्थकम् भवतु सार्थकम्.
Excellent. Yeah, you both have practiced well. Sohita and Hasini, thank you. Okay, now we will go to the next section. Now, Sanskritam will come back if we have time. So, today, you remember the Subhashitam we studied last week? So, Virat is going to tell us the meaning and chant it also. Okay, Virat, when you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready. Kakachesta bhakrodhyanam swana nidra tataiva cha alpahari grihatyagi vidyati panchalakshanam. Kakachesta means perseverance like a crow. Bhakrodhyanam means concentration on the work like a crane. Swana nidra means take nap alerts. And then alpahari means simple and balanced diet. Grihatyagi means give up comforts of a home. Vidyarthi Panchalakshana means 5 qualities of an intelligent student.
Okay. So, do you have all the...
Can I sing this?
1 minute, let me finish with Virat. So, do you have all the 5 qualities, Virat?
No, Amma.
Which one do you think you need to improve?
I need to improve the third one. I need to improve a little more, and the fourth and fifth one have to improve a lot more.
Why is that?
Because I usually like eating whatever I like, and I don't have balance.
Yeah. See, when we eat a lot, you know, then what happens? Then we are snacking too much, you know, then the mind will become dull. Yeah. And so moderate nutritious diet is the best for students. Yeah. Concentration. See, today it's so difficult for us to concentrate because constantly we are watching the TV or the screens or our phones, no? And so the mind has to jump from one thing to the next. So you must all practice focusing on something for, let's say, 20 minutes. You know the 20-20 rule? 20 minutes you focus on, let's say, one subject and then take a 20-minute break. Go for a walk or, you know, a snack. Then 20 minutes again, do only one thing. You can develop concentration beautifully. Yeah. Then Grihatyagi. You know, we are not asking you to leave your home. But remember the story of Nachiketa and Dhruva. They gave up the comfort of the home and palace and went in search of the truth. And see what they gained. Dhruva gained the highest place in this loka as a Dhruva Nakshatram. And Nachiketa gained the highest wisdom from none other than Yama. Yeah? So that is the greatness of being a Grihatyagi. Yeah? Thank you, Virat. Very nice. Kakacheshta Bhakodhyanam Swananitra Tathaivacha Alpahari Grihatyagi Vidyarthi Panchalakshanam. Okay. Now let us go to the new Subhashitam of today. And today's Subhashitam will be presented by Aditya. Okay, Aditya, are you ready? Let me locate you. 1 minute. Where are you? And I'll give you share permissions in a moment.
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So Aditya is going to present the Subhashitam next. Go ahead.
Namaste everybody, I am Aditya and I am going to speak about my favorite hero Hanuman. Let us all chant a small prayer before I present. Buddhir balam yashodairyam nirbhayatvam arogatam ajatyam vakpatatvam cha hanumat smaranat bhavet. Buddhi means intelligence. Hanuman came in a disguise of a Brahmin priest to check the identity of Rama and Lakshmana before allowing them to meet Sugriva. He allowed himself to be captured by Indrajit so that he could meet Ravana and warn him. During the war, when he was not able to identify the Sanjeevani herb on the mountain, to save time, he carried the entire mountain and reached on time to save Lakshmana. Balam means strength. While crossing the ocean, Hanuman fought with Simhika and killed her. He killed Aksha, Ravana's son, with a single blow. He was able to lift and carry the whole Oshada Parvata mountain single-handedly, effortlessly. Yashaha means fame. Now we are all famous in some quality or other, be it music, dance, or communication. Hanuman was famous for his intelligence, strength, the communication skills, and everything. However, the one important lesson that we should learn from him is that despite all of his strengths, he was very humble. Dhairyam and Nirbhayatvam are being brave and fearless, respectively. Life throws many challenges at us, and we should face all of those challenges single-handedly. Hanuman was not at all afraid of crossing the ocean and single-handedly taking up the mission of searching Sita in Sri Lanka. He was not afraid of Ravana when he was in the court and made a seat out of his tail and sat above the level of Ravana's throne. He was not afraid when his tail was set on fire and set the whole Lanka on fire. Arogata means health. Hanuman was extremely healthy and strong. He is a Chiranjeevi, which means a person who is immortal and cannot die. Ajatyam means determination. Now, when we want to achieve something, we need lot of determination. Hanuman was very focused and determined in his mission of finding Sita. Determined people are never lazy. On the way to Sri Lanka, he did not even rest even for a moment on the Mainaka mountain, even when offered. Without the determination and support of Hanuman, Rama couldn't have conquered Ravana. Vakpatatvam means smart communication. When we want to convey something difficult to people, we need to use smart communication. Hanuman was extremely smart in communication. When he met Ravana, he gave a very strict warning. When he met Sita, he smartly praised Rama and Dasharatha to convince her that he was there to help. When he met Rama after finding Sita, he said the most important thing first. I found Sita and then convey the details. Summary. Now let us look at the summary. The whole meaning of the shloka is that if we pray to Lord Hanuman, we can attain intelligence, strength, fame, courage, fearlessness, health, determination, and strong communication. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful, Aditya. Can we just keep the slide for a moment? This last one, yeah. See this this unfoldment of the Subhashitam. Aditya had done it in our summer camp. We had an online summer camp in end of May this year, 2021. And yeah, that is the Subhashitam. Wonderful. So you see what a beautiful presentation this is, Aditya. And you know, Aditya is has his own YouTube channel. And you must visit his channel where he has given talks on the Ramayana. You've covered the whole Ramayana there, Aditya?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we covered the whole Ramayana. We are also planning on doing science videos.
Okay, please share the link, okay, in our group.
We have actually, when we start making videos again, since April we haven't made videos.
Can you go back to the Subhashitam, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm sure most of you have heard of this shloka, no? In praise of Hanuman, and you must chant it every day if you want these 8 qualities, yeah? Intelligence, strength, fame, courage, fearlessness, health, determination, and smart communication. Buddhir balam yasho dhairyam nirbhayatvam arogatam ajadyam vakpatutvam cha hanumat smaranat bhavet. No? See, that is why I brought Hanuman today behind me. So the Hanuman, you know, if you pray to Hanuman, you know, you will be successful in every way. Yeah? Now we will have one volunteer to chant this shloka. Maybe Sudarshan can do that.
Yes. Buddhir balam yasho dhairyam nirbhayatvam arogatav ajadyam vakatuttam cha hanumat smaranat bhavet.
Excellent. Thank you. And one more. How about Vedant?
Yes, ma'am. I'm chanting. Buddhir bhalam yasho dhairyam nirbhayatvam arogatam ajadyam vakpatutvam cha hanumat smaranat bhavet.
Yes, excellent. Thank you. Okay, so then we will move on to the next next part. Yeah, we can stop share that, Aditya. Thank you. Okay, so Aditya has covered all the 6 kandas of Ramayanam in his short videos on his channel, maybe 7 minutes or I think 15 minutes maximum. Okay. All right. So now let us go to our next, you know, the content, which is the Bhagavad Gita. So we started chanting from the chapter 12. Yeah. We covered 4 shlokas. And it's a short chapter of 20 verses in the Bhagavad Gita. So let us chant that. Are you all able to see the screen? No. No?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, now. Now, are you able to see? Yes? Okay. Now, we will chant the first 4 shlokas first. How about Saketa Rama? Did you practice these shlokas? Yes?
And me. Yes, miss. अर्जुन उवाच एवं सत्युक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरं व्याक्त ते क्षा के योग वित्रमा
Good try, Saket Ram. I have posted the audios. Huh? Please listen and practice those audios. Huh?
Where are the audios?
In the group, Samskriti group, we are posting all this audios and videos and links. Okay. Okay. Now, Sai, why don't you chant the first 4 shlokas? Okay.
अर्जुन उवाच एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यावेशमनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेताः ते मे युक्ततमामताः ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यम् अव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवं सन्नियम् इन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धयः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः.
Nice, very nice. Thank you. Okay, and how about Geeta? Can you also chant?
अर्जुनोवाच एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमः वित्तमाः श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यावेश्यमनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेताः ते मे युक्ततमामताः.
Have you done 3 and 4 also?
ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देशम् अव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवं सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र बुद्धयाः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः.
Very nice, Geeta. But that word is samabuddhayah, not buddhayah.
Samabuddhayah. Samabuddhayah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now let us quickly also cover 5 and 6, the new shlokas today. And please, everybody, practice from the audios already posted in the group. So 4 shlokas we have covered in the past weeks, and today let us do the 5th shloka, and Triveni can repeat after. Okay.
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम्
अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम्
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 क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम्
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
देहवद्भिरवाप्यते
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 अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते.
Do the whole shloka. क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते
क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते.
Very good. Let's do one more. ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः
अनन्येनैव योगेन
अनन्येनैव योगेन
अनन्येनैव योगेन
अनन्येनैव योगेन
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते.
Very good. Thank you, Triveni.
Thank you, Mataji.
Triveni has already learned the chapter 12 shlokas in the past 2 years, and she's practiced even before today. So that came out very well. Okay. Now, since time is a little bit short, please you all practice the first 6 shlokas of chapter 12, and the next Wednesday, next week, you all can chant, 1 or 2 shlokas each. Okay. More of you can chant. So now we will move to the last section, which you know is the story time. And Lakshmi Garu has come up with one more story. See, we all try to bring stories of inspirational, figures from our Shastras, but there are also modern day heroes and heroines, no? That also we will share. So now let's go to.
Can I start, Amma?
1 minute, Lakshmi Garu, I just want to share a screen. Okay, you can start.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Harihi Om. Namaste to all. So it is story time again. Today I am going to share a story about a young boy, 5 years old, Prahlada. You must have heard the story already, but still it is very nice to hear the story again and again. So let us go to the story. There were two brothers, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyaksha was killed by Lord Vishnu in Varaha Avatara to lift up the earth which he has sunk in the ocean. So now his brother Hiranyakashipu took a vow to kill that Mahavishnu. Then he went for Ugra Tapas, and Lord Brahma appeared before him. He got a boon that neither a man nor an animal, neither in day or night, or in earth or sky, or even any weapon cannot be killed him. Cannot be killed. So that after getting this boon, he started troubling others. Then he became arrogant and started troubling Devas. He searched for Lord Vishnu in all the worlds, but could not find anywhere. Then he declared that he had won over all and went back to his place. Now, when he was doing Ugra Tapas, no, this Deva and Asuras were fighting. Now, Devas caught hold of that Hiranyakashipu's wife, Kayadu. Kayadu is her name. They took her and under his and then they started torturing her. Now at that time, Devarishi Narada. Narada is always there to help, no? So he came, took her under his protection. Narada taught her all about bhakti, doing bhakti towards Vishnu, Atma Tattvam, Vedantam, and all that, everything about Vedas, all the knowledge he gave. But though she was listening, that she was pregnant at that time. So the child in the womb also learned everything from Narada Rishi. Then Kayadu went back to Hiranyakashipu and a son was born to her. He was named as Prahlada. So Prahlada has learned everything before before coming to this earth itself because of Narada Maharshi's Upadesha. Now, because of Narada Maharshi's teaching, Prahlada became a true devotee of Mahavishnu. Hiranyakashipu did not like this. He sent him to Shukracharya. Shukracharya is the guru of Asuras and to learn all Asura Vidyas. But his Shukracharya's sons taught him, but he ignored their teachings and became more and more devoted to Vishnu because of the teaching got from Narada Rishi. Now, after that, see his devotion towards Vishnu, father ordered to kill him by different means, like the soldiers put him in a chamber with lot of poisonous snakes, and he was rolled down from a hilltop, and he was sent in front of big elephants, musk elephants, and this different ways they tried to kill him. But every time some invisible force was saving him from everything. He was not killed at all. And finally, the Hiranyakashipu has got a daughter. Her name was Holika. So Holika was blessed that the fire could not hurt her. So Prahlada was made to sit on her lap and sat on a pyre. But Prahlada was saved and Holika was burnt. This event is celebrated as the festival of Holika, Holi. One day before, they all do burning of all these things, Holika Jalan. That North India especially, they celebrate this. Then he was sent to Shukracharya again and was tied with Varuna Pasha. Then, Guru's absence, Prahlada started teaching bhakti towards Vishnu to all the Asura children also. And Hiranyakashipu became very angry because of this. So he came. He asked Prahlada. He shouted at him, "Who is giving you strength for all these activities?" He replied, "Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is the only source of strength for the whole world. He is only giving me strength," he said. He is all pervading everywhere. And Hiranyakashipu said, "Where is your Vishnu? I want to see him. Where is he? Show me." And he said, "Vishnu is everywhere. He is in a pillar as well as in a small screw." Then the Asura asked, just showing in a pillar, "Is he here in this pillar?" "Yes." He said, "He will be there here also. In everywhere he is there," Prahlada said. And then with great anger, this Hiranyakashipu just pierced that pillar with his sword, and the pillar broke into pieces, and a very fearful creature came out of this pillar. He had a lion's head and man's body. That was Narasimhamurti. You must have seen that. Look at the screen. Narasimhamurti. What with a ferocious roar, Narasimha came out of the pillar. Seeing him, Hiranyakashipu was frightened with red. Narasimhamurti's eyes were red like fire, glowing fire, and his protruding teeth, and one big white mane around the face. You must have seen lion, no? It's a pure white mane around his face, and open like a cave. His mouth is like a cave opened, and then big sharp curved tongue, like sword like tongue. The Asura was actionless. Seeing all these things, no, Hiranyakashipu was very, very frightened. He could not do anything. And then let us do pranam to that Narasimhamurti now. Let us please, all of you, you may think of Narasimhamurti in your mind and do pranam. And then he who has come as the savior of Prahlada, Narasimhamurti, then this Hiranyakashipu no, went to him. Again went to, "Oh, you are the Vishnu. I will kill you now." Telling this, he took his sword and went to fight with him. Then Narasimhamurti caught hold of him. He sat on a doorstep and put the Asura on his lap and pierced his chest with his nails and killed him instantly, and starting drinking blood from his body. It was very ferocious, you know. Then he started killing all the Rakshasas in the Rajya Sabha one by one. Nobody was there to go near him. The whole world was scared. Finally, Narada sent Prahlada to chant Stotram, which he has already learned from Narada. And by listening to that, he became Shantamurti. Narasimhamurti became cooled down. And then he blessed Prahlada, keeping his hands on his head, and made him the king of all the Asuras. And Prahlada lived for many years, ruling justly. He gave also boon. Nobody will be, your descendants will not be killed by me. That boon was given to Prahlada. And then Prahlada lived for many years, ruling his kingdom with great just and all that. Let us all pray to Narasimhamurti. Also, children, you tell your mother to make Panakam today and do Naivedyam to Mahavishnu, because Narasimhamurti is very, very ferocious. When we do Naivedyam Panakam, he will become cool down and he will bless you all. Okay? Panakam making is very easy. You can tell your mother, even you yourself can make. And today you do Naivedyam after lighting the lamp. Okay, children? Hope you all like the story. Thank
Yes, wonderful story. I just want to show them one more slide. Thank you, Lakshmi Garu. That was lovely. Very famous story, no? I'm sure most of you have heard of this. Now, based on that, we are going to have a Q&A. Okay? Just share one more screen. Yes, Lakshmi Garu, do you have some questions?
Prahlada's mother. Can you say anybody her name?
You have to raise your hands. Prahlada's mother, did you catch her name? Anybody? Yashika? Yeah.
Yeah, Saket is telling. Saket is sending the right answer.
Yeah, they've sent some in the chat box also.
Yeah.
Okay, let me unmute you all first. Yeah. Now, what's the next question? What's the answer, by the way?
Kayadu.
Yes, Kayadu.
Kayadu.
Kayadu. Yes, very good.
Kayadu.
Yeah, you heard well.
Kayadu, Amma.
Yes. Next question. You're muted, Lakshmi Garu.
Yeah. Prahlada is telling, no, Vishnu is present everywhere. Can you, anybody can say any example for that?
Can I see?
Amma, what is?
Walls.
Ma'am, walls, pillars.
What is it? No, one minute.
Ma'am,
walls,
pillars
everywhere,
ma'am.
Okay. I have to mute you all because everybody is speaking at the same time. Did you all understand the question? Can we repeat it? Lakshmi Garu, question. Unmute, please, first.
Prahlada is telling God is everywhere. Vishnu is everywhere, all pervading. Can you say any example that where God is saying? A few example, small example.
Sai can say first.
Air and water.
Ah, yes, Pancha Mahabhutas. Not only air and water, space, fire, air, water, earth. They're all manifestations of Bhagavan. Okay, anybody else? Yashika?
Ma'am, I wanted to say that one only, ma'am.
Okay, Pancha Mahabhutas. Good. Vishruta? Okay, Jayanandana?
Ma'am, as you told, Panchabhutas and also in the Puja Gadis, ma'am. The place.
Also in the puja place?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, very good. Yes. This is why we do a puja, no? Avahana. We invite Bhagavan to come.
Yes.
And yes, Anika?
I have a doubt, Amma.
Okay.
Lord is Narasimha Swami Rupam of Vishnu, Lord Vishnu.
Yes.
You told, right, Amma, that Lord Vishnu only gave Prahlada's father Kiranaksha boon that he will not be killed up or not down or on the floor or in the air, like that, right?
Yes.
Ma'am? Then Lord Vishnu only killed Prahlada's father.
Okay. Who gave the boon to Hiranyakashipu? Yes, Hasita, you can answer that. Hasini? Unmute. Who gives the boon to Hiranyakashipu? Okay, Lakshmi Garu can answer.
Lord Brahma, ma'am.
Ah, Lord Brahma, not Vishnu.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Anika?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now, what is the boon that Hiranyakashipu did? Ukra tapas, right? What is exactly the boon that he asked for? Kushi, do you know the boon that was asked by Hiranyakashipu, the demon king? Aditya, you can answer.
The boon was that he should not be killed neither outside nor inside, not in day or night, not with nobody can kill him, not even Rakshasas and Devas, and then he cannot be killed in he should not be killed in
By any weapon, no weapon.
by any weapon.
Yes. Yeah.
Amma, I have a doubt. I have a doubt.
1 minute. So you see how smart Hiranyakashipu is. He wants to be immortal, right?
Yeah.
Killed at any time of the day by any person or asura. It should not be man, not demon, nor in the night, nor day, nor inside, nor outside, not by any weapon. But what happens? Bhagavan is always smarter than us.
Yeah.
However much intelligent we are, Bhagavan will outsmart us, right? So
Yes.
that's why the story shows the power of devotion. You know, if we have devotion, we earn the grace of Bhagavan, and that is the main thing. Now, one question I want to ask you all is, what protected Prahlad? Remember, he was the father tried to burn him, have the snakes bite him, threw him off an elephant, stampede by elephants. What protected Prahalada, Sohita?
His divine bhakti towards Lord Vishnu.
Excellent. Perfect answer. That's the devotion, right? So if you have that devotion in the heart, then nothing can harm you in the world. You will always be protected by the grace of Bhagavan. And as Lakshmi Garu said, Bhagavan is everywhere. Bhagavan is in the Ganga, in our parents, our elders, in the fire, air, water, space, earth. Then as Saraswati, Bhagavan is in the form of my buddhi, my heart, So many infinite manifestations are there, is it not? So that is why we say God is everywhere. Okay, yes?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Vishnuta.
Ma'am, can I ask a doubt?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, if we do something which we can't do, so if we tell the name of Lord, we'll be able to do it.
Yeah, if you want to do something and you want Bhagavan to help you. Yeah.
No, if we have to do something, but we actually can't do it, cannot do it. So when we take Bhagwan's name, then we will be able to do it.
Yeah, but you have to give an example. If you have to do the right thing, it has to be beneficial for everybody. Then Bhagavan will inspire us. Will give us the strength and idea in the mind, and will send us some help in the form of parents, teachers. So we have to make use of all the resources, right? So, yeah, good. Okay, any Khushi? You had a question?
Yes, Amma. Means Lord Brahma, why do we not pray nowadays?
Okay, that is another whole story why Brahmadev is not worshipped. We will say in another story, right? There is one temple for Brahmadev in Pushkar, Rajasthan, where there's a story about why, Brahmadev is not prayed as much as Vishnu and Shiva. Many stories are there. We will tell another time. Okay?
Okay, Amma.
Right? So, Veera, you have a question? One last question.
Yes, Amma.
Yeah.
Then if God is everywhere, and whenever we show full devotion in doing a puja or anything, why can't we see him in his actual form?
What is the actual form of Bhagavan, you think? What is the form that you wish to see?
I don't know. I want to see God I want to see God.
Yeah, but do you have an image of God in your mind?
No.
No, then you can't see. So, if you have a strong visual, I want to see Krishna and Radha dancing. And the power of your devotion, if it is really intense, you will see Krishna and Radha dancing, right? So, we have to develop the devotion. Okay?
But Amma, what is the easiest way to develop that devotion?
Yeah, what is the easiest way? Answers? You tell me.
Is it going to be meditation?
The easiest way is what Prahalad did. Remember Prahalad is teaching all the other children that you chant Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. So the best way is to chant the mantras, is to help people, is to be devoted to truth, respect elders. Yes, Sohita? Best way to develop devotion?
The best way is that we have to worship God with lots of concentration and bhakti.
Yeah, excellent. Which you're all doing, no? Every day you're having pujas in your home, but you have to do it every day. Do the aratis, chant the names of Bhagavan, collect flowers, and listen to the stories like Prahalada and Dhruva. So today, we listen to this very important story of Prahalada. This itself, if you listen or read the story or tell others, your devotion will increase. Yeah? And that is why we are having the story section in our Shloka course. Okay? All right, I think time is up now. Anika, okay, last question.
Yes, Amma. Holika had a boon, right, ma'am, that she would not be killed by fire. Then, how did Holika die because of fire?
Ah, very good observation. Okay, Lakshmi Garu can answer that question. Lakshmi Garu, yeah.
Can you hear, Amma? Yeah. See, for a bad cause, no, it is a good. If it is a good cause, she will not be hurt by fire. See, Hanuman, he did not get got burned by fire because it was a good cause. Whereas here it was a bad cause. She wanted to kill Prahlada as per her brother's advice. So that was a bad reason. So she was killed. Always, whatever we think, it should be for a good cause. Then you will not be hurt. If you think bad about others, you wanted to hurt others, definitely you will be punished. So Holika was punished by fire.
Doubts now.
Okay, now we will conclude. No? We'll conclude with the closing mantras. Thank you, Lakshmi Garu, for a wonderful story. And Punaha Milamaha. We meet again in another session next Wednesday with another story. And please share the links or and this email and WhatsApp contact so that you all can be part of this group, Samskruti group, where we are updating all the details. Okay. Asato ma Satgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Okay, thank you everybody.
Bye, Amma.